So if you want to get faster on the bike, there are a few ways of doing it. You could focus on aero, become more aero, buy aero bikes, buy aero clothing, helmets, spend a lot of money, and that would probably make you faster. You could lose weight and improve your watts a kilogram or your power to weight ratio. That would certainly help on climbs. Or you can just generally increase your power. But how do you increase your power to get faster? There's two main ways to increase power. One is to push harder on the pedals, and one is to spin faster. Either way, you're going to produce more power. So keep watching the video to find out some intervals and drills you can do to increase your power. I'm David, and this is Forest Velo. One thing you can do to increase your power is to ride into headwinds rather than always wanting to go with the wind and enjoying a tailwind. Riding into the headwind can really make you work hard and make you increase your power, and you just get used to riding at a higher power. There's a reason Dutch riders are so strong. They don't need to have massive mountains necessarily to climb, but they can ride strong into headwinds. Another thing you can do are sprints or seated sprints or power intervals. What you do is get into a big gear at the back, almost your biggest gear or your biggest gear, come to almost a halt, and then as hard as you can, seated, start pedaling. And try to get it up to about 80 RPM from that standing start. And doing maybe 5 or 6 of those with a few minutes break in between can really improve your strength. It improves that torque, that low down power that really can up your power generally. They really take it out of you. So, as I said, 5 or 6 probably, maybe only 3 or 4 if you're starting, just to see how they feel. One thing those power intervals do, or sprints, is start training your muscles and the fibers in your muscles and the neurons, that neuromuscular level, to really start firing together. It's a bit like doing squats in the gym. It trains your muscles to work well together, all the fibers firing, and you can gain loads of power just from not actually increasing your strength per se, but just increasing the amount of fibers that are firing at any time. Another thing you can do with cadence, rather than that very slow cadence, is do a fast cadence. And by doing, as I'm doing now, some intervals 5 minutes or so at a much higher cadence, and maybe 100, 110, 120, certainly above where you're used to, again, that gets your muscles firing together. And that mixed message your brain's getting can help stimulate growth from a neuromuscular level and from just a muscle level. Another thing similar to that is spin-ups, and I prefer to do these on the turbo because you know there's no danger of falling off or having to stop or something like that. And they are, you do the opposite, you go into really low gear as an easy gear, and then you spin for maybe 10 seconds, build it up to as higher RPM as you can do. Again, that's training your muscles, or the fibers in your muscles, to fire at the same time. And the more fire, or the more that fire, the more strength and power you produce. If you're enjoying the video and finding it useful, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe so you can see more videos like this coming out on the channel. Another thing that increases power or helps you get strong is hill climbs. Don't shy away from hills. Some of the strongest riders I know live in the hilliest areas, and always riding hills again forces your muscles to produce power to get up the climb. Even the shallowest gradients, like this one, which is probably about 3 or 4%, makes you work harder. So doing hill reps is another way to produce power. I've got a video on how to become a better climber and how to ride better in hillier areas on the channel, if you want to have a look at that. Another thing you can do that's really going to increase your strength and power on the bike is to ride with faster riders. If you find a club ride or a group ride, like a chain gang or something like that, where you're riding hard, it's going to make you work harder, far harder than you would if you're on your own. So riding with other stronger riders can really help. You do want to choose your group well though. You don't want to be in a group that you get absolutely thrashed and spat out the back in 5 minutes. And equally, you don't want to be necessarily the fastest rider in a group. You want to be in a group that pushes you, and you'll gradually notice over weeks and months that you are able to hang in there longer because you're getting stronger. And it might seem counterintuitive, but actually doing lots of slow riding can help you get stronger. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you do lots of what you've probably heard of zone 2 riding, or that aerobic riding you can ride at like I am now and just maintain a conversation, if you can do a lot of that, that will help you get stronger. And the reason is because you're building your base. If you build your aerobic conditioning and base and ability, it's like building the base of the pyramid. The bigger the base, the taller it can get. And so if you have a good strong base, and in the UK we're just coming up to autumn soon, and it'll be in the off season and people will be doing their longer winter rides. That's why, because it builds your aerobic system, your mitochondria, and because of that, when you start doing some of those drills and intervals, you've got a much bigger base to build on, and so you can build them higher and your power will go up accordingly. So I think if you include some of those drills and suggestions in your cycling, you will find yourself getting stronger. If you've got any good suggestions and tips and things you do to increase your power and help you get, or have helped you get stronger on the bike, drop them in the comments below. And until next time, see you soon.